First of all, your name?
Michelle Lyons, and I am the spokeswoman for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
Spell your first and last name, Michelle?
Michelle is Michelle, and Lyons is Lyons.
Okay. Tell me what is going on now with this Mr. Coy's song, or album actually coming out while he's incarcerated. What do y'all know about this, or what have you found out about it?
We don't know a whole lot about the album release, other than that there was an album that is scheduled for release this week, and that Mr. Coy, who is an inmate at our Pallage unit, is the artist who's putting it out. The question then we've been getting is whether or not he recorded the album while he's been in our custody, and to our knowledge he did not. Our investigators have looked into it and said that they just do not have any reason to believe that the album was recorded from one of our prison units, and then just our regulations really would make it almost impossible to do so. Inmates who are incarcerated with TDCJ are allowed just one phone call every 90 days, and that's a 5-minute collect call. And so, I mean, at that rate, I think it would take a long time to be able to put out an album, plus the sound quality would definitely be lacking. In addition, we don't allow recording devices or cell phones in our prison system. We don't allow visitors to bring those items in. So really, there's just no way that he could have recorded the album while he was actually behind bars in Texas.
Yeah, even photographs. I mean, there's no way you can really take a photograph within the unit.
A visitor cannot take a photograph. A visitor cannot bring in a camera or a cell phone with a camera feature. But a couple of times a month at some units, once a month at others, we do allow the visitors to pose for photos with inmates. We have officers that use a Polaroid camera. So I've seen the album art, or the inside of the cover, and I believe there is a photo of him that probably was taken in our custody based on what he's wearing, because he's wearing the white uniform that most inmates wear. But again, that's not hard to obtain. It is something that we allow a couple times a month for visitors to do.
You know, he has been transferred. I mean, since he was convicted, he's been transferred into TDCJ custody, back out of TDCJ custody, back to Harris County on a bench warrant, back again, and back to Harris County again. Could this have happened in between times possibly too? Or just...
You know, it's hard to say how it happened or where it happened. We just know that it doesn't appear to have happened while Mr. Coy was in our custody. You know, some possibilities are certainly whether or not it was maybe previously recorded material that's just now being released, if it was recorded when he was not in our custody. And there have been some instances since he arrived in our custody when he's been out to other counties on a bench warrant. It's possible he recorded it then, but we just have not found any evidence that suggests he recorded it while with us.
And when they transfer him out to another unit, or back to Harris County, they stay with their whites when they leave on a bench?
No, once they leave and go to the county, then they wear the county uniform. And I believe in Harris County it's orange.
I mean, does the county bring the uniforms up when they pick them up, or are they transferred down there in the whites and changed out there? Or?
It can be both. Okay. It can be both.
Okay. What is y'all's theory on this thing? I'm sure there's been a lot of talk about it between y'all, between the guards, between the staff.
There really is not. You know, all of our offenders are subject to cell searches. And, you know, we've, in investigating this, looked to see whether or not at any time Mr. Coy had any contraband that would have allowed him to record. You know, maybe if he had snuck in a recorder, but there just hasn't been anything to support any suggestion that he recorded this while he was in our custody. It just does not appear to be so. But, you know, I think, you know, certainly there have been questions posed to the label on how exactly he recorded it, and I know that they've been very vague on it, which may very well suggest that it's previously recorded.
Now, are people able to say, if someone on the outside had an album and had the cover from the album, could they mail that cover into him? Would he be able to receive it and send anything back out?
Would he be able to receive the cover?
Just the cover. Would it be considered contraband or not?
Depends on what all is included in the cover. I mean, if there's lyrics, then there may be some questionable material, then it's possible not. A CD or a tape or something being sent in, no, because they don't have the ability to play it, so it would be pointless.
Mainly cover, because the reason I'm asking, supposedly eBay, they've got some signed copies of it already on eBay.
Really?
Yes, and that's why I was just curious whether it's actually considered contraband, or he would legally be able to have that come in and could sign them and just send them back out again.
Again, it would depend on what the content of the cover is, but it wouldn't be completely inconceivable that he could sign something and send it out. You know, the big question comes into play when you talk about whether or not somebody is profiting from their crime. You know, in Mr. Coy's case, it's not as definite of an issue because he was famous before he went into prison. It's not quite the same as, for instance, having a serial killer who's profiting from his crimes but was previously completely unknown. Mr. Coy, you know, already was famous when he went in, and his signature to some people would already have been worth something.
All right, and he's in for what, another 15, 20 years?
Yeah, Mr. Coy's sentence was a 45-year sentence for aggravated sexual assault of a child, and he came into our custody in 2002, so he still has quite a bit of time till 2024 before he's eligible for parole.
So basically, he could come out with another album, not even just
Might
some
come out
old
with
lyrics
another,
or anything else.
right? Exactly, and you know, I've had people ask, well, can he write music? Definitely, he can write music while he's in prison, but there really is just no way to record it.
So in other words, another thing, possibility would be that this isn't actually his album, just something he wrote. Someone else did the lyrics.
It could be. I can't even speculate about that. You know, like I say, from our end of it, we can just look and see what our possible involvement was, and at this point, it just does not appear. There's no evidence to suggest that he recorded it while he was in our custody.
But I mean, sometimes weekends the churches have these groups come down with the music and everything else. Is it possible in there at all?
No, and the reason is because in Mr. Coy's case, he's actually in administrative segregation, which is one of our most strict custody levels, and he's in that for his own protection. As far as why, you know, there's probably part of it is because he was famous when he came in, and the other part is because it was a crime against a child. And those inmates tend to have a more difficult time acclimating in the prison system. But because of that, he's in his cell almost all day and just doesn't have the ability to recreate and go to church services and such with other inmates. He is segregated in a cell.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.